The U.S. power grid is complex and aging, over 100 years old. It is struggling to keep up with demands. It is vulnerable to extreme weather events, which are becoming more frequent, which means all of that demand is a lot for that failing infrastructure to take in. Extreme weather like fires, hurricanes, high temperatures, all of those things affect that power grid. And when you have an aging power grid that's barely getting repairs, you're going to have a lot of failures. So whether or not we have blackouts this summer, or whether or not we have brownouts, which are planned power outages in order for the companies to repair that area, you may be going without power. You may have a brownout that's happening between certain hours because of extreme heat waves like we're experiencing right now. So prepare ahead of time for that. And sadly, we are vulnerable to cyber attacks, which would take down a whole entire area, if not areas, and leave us in the dark. They're about to turn your power off if you live in a certain area I'm about to tell you about. It is a planned power outage that is about to take place this weekend. Morning, welcome in, y'all. The heat wave is heating up already. It's in the 70s right now, and it is only 8:20 a.m. And as I'm reading this article that I'm about to tell you about, because it's going to affect people in the nearby area where I am, I need people to understand this could also happen in your area as well. Last night when I did that live about people panic buying, to clarify, because I thought I clarified in that video, I never said that this was here in America. I did say this is in England. I made sure to say that because I like to share news that is across this world that we live in right now, because what's affecting other people in other places can definitely affect us here. They're experiencing a heat wave in the UK, and so people are panic buying. People are running out and buying up, all the water that they can possibly buy up. In other areas, people are panic buying when it comes to toilet paper, paper towels again. Please try to stock up ahead of any emergency that may take place. We never know if it is man-made or if it is a natural disaster that's happening. We want to have what we need in our homes. That being said, with the heat wave, what I didn't address when I was talking about people panic buying, the heat wave is putting a lot of stress on the power grid, the already weakened power grid. So if you don't know, there are blackouts that will probably happen this summer. Some of them are not just going to be blackouts, they're going to be what they call brownouts. And that's where these utility companies know that there's going to be extra surges to their system, so they will shut down the power, meaning turn the power off between certain hours, so it's not that much pressure on it. That's what's happening. And also they'll shut it down for repairs. So what's happening right now here where I am, well, right now I'm in the town of Hickory, but just maybe 15-20 minutes down the road, there is a town called Granite Falls. And in Granite Falls, they are going to be having a planned power outage on Saturday. So I'm letting you know this now. Today is Thursday, so you can plan ahead, and you're not, and hopefully you don't, panic when your power does go out if you live in this area, or if this happens to you where you are, because repairs are having to be made because our systems are very weakened, hence very easy to attack as well. Cyber attack, that is. So get prepped up, y'all. So let me tell you what's happening right now. Duke Energy is planning a power outage in western North Carolina town. Duke Energy has scheduled the outage for 12:01 a.m. on Saturday morning, June 28th, and the power will be out in the town of Granite Falls. So if you live in Granite Falls area, you can expect to not have power for at least 2 hours on Saturday morning. This outage will only affect the customers of the town of Granite Falls who get their power directly from Duke Energy. The outage should last up to 2 hours. Should, okay? So be aware, should last up to that. So your food should be okay as long as you're not in and out of your refrigerator. And if it's at 12:01 a.m., typically you're in the bed anyway. So they're counting on people to maybe not notice it. But they did let people know. So I'm letting you know that this is what's happening. And this could possibly happen in other areas, and not just for repairs, but because of the stress to the system, because of the heat wave that the country is experiencing right now. I don't think anyone's not experiencing this unless you're in higher elevations. Again, I want to stress this, that the U.S. power grid is facing increased risk of blackouts due to a combination of factors, including the extreme temperatures, extreme weather events, aging infrastructure, rising energy demands, and potential cyber threats. Recent reports highlight specific areas like Midwest, Southwest, and New England as particularly vulnerable to outages, especially during peak demand. The peak demand periods like summertime heat waves, which we are going through right now. So I encourage you to stay hydrated. Don't be out in the midday of the sun unless you necessarily have to be out in the midday of the sun. And if you are, wear your sunscreen, a protective hat. I have my hat in here. Don't really wear a lot of sunscreen. Sometimes I do, but today I didn't put it on. But I do have my hat. I don't plan to be out in the midday of the sun. I just dropped my daughter off at work. I'm about to, at 10:30, I have an appointment because I have to go get my brakes done. That's gonna cost me a pretty penny. Feel free to donate. But anyway, you don't have to, I'm just saying that. But yeah, I'm going to get that done, and then after that we'll see what I get into, what, you know, grocery stores I may take a tour of, because I ain't trying to be out in the garden, okay? I'm not trying to be out there right now. I'll water it at night, but I'm not going to, because it's hot already. So I don't even get out there in the morning times anymore to do it, because it's just too hot. I'm drinking plenty of water. I encourage you to drink plenty of water, rather, and not just water. Make sure it has some kind of electrolyte in it. I don't suggest the Powerade and the Gatorades and stuff like that, because that's just sugar. You really want something like a Propel water, or it's another one out there, electrolyte drink powder that you can put into your water. But definitely not just water, because your body needs to absorb what is releasing through sweat. You need to replenish that back into your body. So stay hydrated, because heat stroke is real. It does happen, and I don't want it, and I don't want it for you. So I hope this video was helpful and useful. Please share it out. Hit that like button. It definitely helps the video get out to more people. Not enough of y'all are hitting the like button, but you are definitely watching, and I see that, and I appreciate that so very much. That support means the world to me, and I'm not just saying that. I cannot do this without you guys. So see y'all in the next video, which will, you know, be today. So turn your notifications on, and if you are new and haven't subscribed, please subscribe to Tommybites Homestead or any of my other channels. Bye, y'all.